And I no
Yeah.
longer think of my dad when I hear Eddie Vedder's voice, which is great. That's the most important thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I grew up listening to all kinds of different music. So, my parents were, I won't say they were super strict, but they were definitely a little bit strict. So I could only listen to certain kinds of
Oh,
music.
really?
I listened to some top 40 radio, but not a ton of it. But like literally I feel like when I got out of high school and I started playing in bands, I started like figuring out a lot of these bands that, that had been popular, like Pearl Jam, and been like, oh wow, like I'm figuring out a lot of these bands for the first time, which is pretty awesome to think about, like being, 18, 19 and hearing, Pearl Jam for the first time, being like, whoa, I've never heard anything like this. And
Oh
then
my
starting
God,
the
yeah.
journey with like mature ears, which is kind of cool. So I feel like that was my definitely a story. Like somebody asked me being a Black Crowes cover band in high school, and I said no because I don't like metal music. And of course, the Black Crowes are like the most
Yeah.
southern, like swampy rock band, and some great piano playing. I would have killed to be in that band now,
Oh, yeah.
but I didn't know.
Wow. So, like, on that note, have you guys written anything or tried to come up with anything that would not necessarily be out of your comfort zone, but like out of the realm of things that you guys have put out in the past decade or so? Because again, being a Christian rock band, like your guys' message is crystal clear, I think, to your audience. Is there ever going to be a time where you kind of drift somewhere else, or is it always going to be that message surrounding Christianity?
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, I feel like people that have followed our band for a while, like on our Facebook and stuff, that question comes up all the time. About our label and like, are we this, are we that, are we a Christian band, are we
Yeah.
this, and it's so funny. We did a Rolling Stone interview a couple of years ago where we just said flat out, like, we are not a Christian band. Like
Mm,
a lot of us, and not even all of us, connect to the Christian story, and that's a part of our like personal lives. But it's never been like our goal in music to be like a Christian band. I mean, we have a lot of friends in Christian music, and what they do, and their mindset is totally different from what we do. So it is hard sometimes because, we get kind of not pigeonholed into a Christian band. We appreciate it both sides. We appreciate it if you listen to us, if you heard our song on Christian radio, or if you heard our song at Coles walking through,
yeah.
you know. But I do think that for us, like we've always wanted to make honest music, and we always wanted to make stuff that like ask a bunch of questions. Like that's kind of I guess our behind the curtain a little bit is like we like to ask the questions in our songs, but don't give the answer. Like we don't feel like we have the answers, or we have nothing to teach anybody. And so a lot of our songs, we've had songs like Difference Maker and Wasteland, and they're all like question songs, but they never actually give you a resolution. And I feel like
Yeah.
that if I could sum up what Need to Breathe is, it is that. And if what we do inspires someone in a way that, I don't know, grows their faith, or makes them feel like they're a better friend to somebody or whatever, then I feel like it's all a win. So, but I do think that our band's always been on the fence, in some ways. Like we definitely get some opportunities to do some pretty cool things, and to be in different worlds. And because we don't put a label on us, I think right now, I think we have a song on at Christian radio, we have a song on AAA radio, rock radio,
Hmm.
and on country radio right now. So it kind of we just not me. I feel like we're a rare breed in that way, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's almost like you have to really tell someone, like, there's Christian aspects to this. Like, if you listen to some of the lyrics in some of those songs, you're like, yeah, definitely. Like, I didn't even realize that. That kind of opened up my brain to a completely different side of this band. But at the same time, you're right. Like, you guys have, like, legit rock songs that I could just jam to any night of the week and just
Yeah,
be like, this is a rock band. Like, I wouldn't even consider
yeah,
them a Christian band until you actually told me, like, yeah, there's definitely some songs. Like, I went to a Christian college. You guys were blasted every single day of the week.
yeah. That's awesome.
Like next week's our college, I just graduated, but they do like a welcome week where everybody's coming in, everybody's following in. They just blast Need to Breathe. I remember back in
Awesome.
2017 that record was blasting the entire time.
Yeah, but that's cool. And that I mean, and that to us is I mean, we love that. I mean, and we hear a lot of people that, I mean, a lot of college kids, we feel like that's kind of a little bit of our bread and butter for our band. Like a lot of people, and that's kind of plays into the questions, just like people that are trying to figure out who they are,
Yeah.
and our music helps them kind of along the way. So we love that, and I think that's pretty awesome.
So when it comes to the new record, Into the Mystery, you guys did the one EP with Carrie Underwood as well. I want to remember when you guys are writing those songs and you're looking for this one specifically. I want to remember: are you guys looking to add someone, or did it just something felt like it was missing in that sense before you found Carrie and hooked up?
I think a little bit of that probably. I mean, we recorded the song, we recorded the whole record in a house in Columbia, Tennessee. We all quarantined for 3 weeks and made the record. And we walked out of the space after 3 weeks with the song, and she was not on it. And we actually, when we were doing a sequencing day, we were sitting around trying to sequence the record, and that song came on, and I remember somebody in the room was like, "I think we should cut this song. It's not our
Really?
band. It doesn't sound like our band." And honestly, it probably doesn't, to be honest. I mean, like there's parts of it that do sound that sound like the band, but some of it is just, it's a love song, and but we felt like if we were going to put it out, we feel like it could have some legs to mean something to a lot of people, whether that's, if you're playing on your wedding day, or
Yeah.
just like nostalgia. There's so much, like so many people are just like searching for meaning, and it just like sounds like a soundtrack to that kind of thing. So I think we just, yeah, kind of just throwing out some names, and it kind of happened organically. Bear met her. He actually sang on her record. She was a fan, and we just kind of thought, well, let's just ask her, and she did it, and was awesome. And yeah, we're proud of it. Even, I mean, some people say like it's such a song that, like, some people are like, this is my favorite song on the record, and then some people are like, I don't like this.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, that's kind of awesome. That's the point. Like, music is so different for everybody, and yeah, we love that part of the ride.
Yeah, me personally, that's my favorite song on the record. I'm glad you guys stuck to it.
Nice.
Who were
Yeah,
some of the other names that you guys were flirting around with before you guys found Carrie Underwood?
man. I so like there's just some dream names. I think Bears always wanted to sing with Dolly Parton.
Yeah.
So I mean, and I'm from Knoxville, so Dollywood's like 20 minutes from my house. So like I thought that would be pretty cool. But honestly, we kind of had some brainstorming about it, but it happened so organically with Carrie, that once it happened really quick. Like, we didn't really go out to anybody. It just kind of happened with her, which is pretty awesome. And she was a pro, and came in and just crushed it.
What do you think the biggest difference is? Because obviously, recording in Nashville now, I feel like is a whole different ball game. Like, it's now like the epicenter for you guys to record stuff, collaborate with other musicians since they're all down there, as opposed to the past 10 years being all over the place.
Yeah, I think for us, it's definitely helped. A lot of our, just, even just the simple things, like we're in the studio and somebody's like, man, what would be awesome is a mandolin on this song. You just, like, there's 20 people all
Yeah.
around around the corner. They're like, yeah, I'll bring it by. So, like, connecting with people and networking, and it's been really good. And I think for all of us too, like, I've lived in Tennessee my whole life, about 2 hours from Nashville. So I'm in and out there all the time. But the guys that are like in Nashville proper, I think for them to just, like, for their wives and kids to have other wives and kids that kind of do a similar thing, it's
Yeah.
been really fun, and helpful. I mean, people see us, go out and play shows, but they don't see our families sitting at home, doing life without us. And I think that, so to have some people that kind of know that game and that thing is pretty helpful, to be in town. We didn't have that before, for sure. So that's a big win for us.
Yeah, I mean, it's a community. You can go to Nashville Stars games with people. Now, we were talking a
Yeah.
little bit before. You're a big baseball guy, right?
Huge baseball guy. I wish
There
that
you
I
go.
wish Tennessee. There we are. Yeah, well, I actually a massive Braves fan. That's my dad. My dad has been a Braves fan forever. Saw Hank Aaron hit his 700th home run,
Wow.
and named me after. I'm actually Joshua Aaron, after Hank Aaron, and my
No
son's name
way.
is Henry. So Braves are a big deal. That was a picture of me and my dad. I took him to the World Series. We got a buddy who pitched him for the Giants that year, and
Oh,
so we were
really?
able to go and do that, which is pretty awesome. So
That's
um,
crazy.